Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Mike, and I talk about life abroad, retirement, and what it's really like living here in the Philippines. Now, one of the biggest reasons people move here is because the Philippines is supposed to be cheaper, right? But let me tell you something, if you're living on imported peanut butter, riding Grab everywhere, and running your air conditioning like it's Alaska in December, your wallet's going to cry louder than a karaoke machine at 2 a.m. So today I'm going to share little ways foreigners can make their money stretch further in the Philippines. This is the Philippine video for expats who aspire to be tighter than the tightest tightwad in the history of the world. So the first money-saving tip actually relates to a service that provides visa service to foreigners visiting the Philippines or actually moving here. I'll include a link to FilipinoVisa.com in the description below. Their rates are affordable and they provide an excellent service. But don't just take my word for it. Read some of the testimonials on FilipinoVisa.com. They specialize in tourist visas and fiancé visas. Whether you're a foreigner coming to the Philippines and in need of a Philippine visa, or you're a Filipino desiring to travel to the United States, FilipinoVisa.com can help. So once again, click the link. So the next thing that you'll want to remember is to use ATMs as little as possible. The reason for this is because of the ATM fees for foreigners. 250 pesos, and with today's current exchange rate, that's $4.37. Well, I know of an ATM that allows you to withdraw up to 20,000 pesos with the fee of 250 pesos. If you only withdraw, say, 1,000 pesos, the fee is still 250 pesos. Well, there was a time when I was withdrawing 5,000 pesos at a time, again with the fee of 250 pesos. I think that you know where I'm going with this. By the time I had withdrawn 20,000 pesos, I had spent 10,000 pesos in fees, or $17.48. It took me a little while to use common sense and always withdraw 20K because I knew I was going to eventually use that cash anyway, but pay a lot less in fees. Now I'm a little less stupid with money, with regards to ATMs anyway. Next rule of saving money in the Philippines: do as the locals do. If you're buying everything from shiny supermarkets, congratulations, you're paying the foreigner tax. But if you act like you're a Filipino and shop at the wet market, you'll get fresh vegetables, fish that still looks at you. Now that's creepy. And fruit that actually tastes like fruit at half the price. Same thing with transportation. Jeepneys and tricycles may not be glamorous. You're not going to find cup holders, air conditioning, or legroom. But hey, they'll get you from point A to point B for the price of loose change. Save the Grab rides for when it's pouring rain or when you're carrying a sack of rice bigger than you are. Next is to rent smart. Housing is where you can either save big or blow your whole budget. A lot of foreigners see the fancy condos in Makati or BGC and think, wow, this is cheap compared to back home. Sure, until you realize you're paying triple the price of an apartment that is just 15 minutes away. Pro tip, negotiate. This isn't Manhattan. If you tell a landlord, hey, I'll pay 6 months up front, they may give you a discount, and maybe they'll even throw in a free rice cooker. On the flip side to that coin, some unscrupulous landlords will try to charge foreigners more than they would a Filipino. Next, take advantage of local food. Let's be honest, if you're eating at Western restaurants every day, you're not just spending too much, you're also missing out. A plate of spaghetti at an expat cafe might cost 350 pesos. A meal at an eatery, maybe 70 pesos. And it'll come with rice, veggies, and probably a friendly kumustika from the owner. And here's the trick: eat fruit that's in season. Mangoes in mango season are so cheap, you'll wonder if they're paying you to eat them. But buy grapes off season, you'll think that you accidentally bought some gold nuggets. I like this next one. Utilize local services. Here's a culture shock for you. In the Philippines, laundry service is cheaper than doing it yourself. You drop off a bag of dirty clothes, come back the next day, and boom, they're washed, dried, folded, and smelling like heaven, all for the price of a Big Mac. Well, I haven't been to heaven yet, so I don't know what it smells like, but I'm sure it smells really good up there. Haircuts, $2. Full body massage, less than an Americano back in America. Back home, that's luxury. Here, it's called Tuesday. Watch your utilities. Here is a public service announcement. Electricity in the Philippines is not cheap. If you run your air conditioning like it's your own personal igloo, your electric bill will slap you harder than your Filipino neighbor's karaoke rendition of Whitney Houston. Solution: fans in the daytime, air conditioning only at night, or get used to sweating. Sweating is free. Also, skip those expensive phone contracts. Prepaid promos here are great. For a few hundred pesos, you get unlimited calls, texts, and enough data to stream Netflix until your eyes cross. Healthcare and medicine. Private hospitals here are fantastic, but they can also charge you like you're checking into a five-star hotel. For minor stuff, smaller hospitals or clinics can do the job just fine, without charging you enough to fund their next wing. And don't forget generics. A branded pill might cost 30 pesos. A generic version, 5 pesos. Same effect, but smaller dent in your wallet. Lifestyle and entertainment. The best things in the Philippines often free. Beaches, mountains, waterfalls. Mother Nature doesn't charge an entrance fee. Well, okay, sometimes a little environmental fee, but still cheaper than movie popcorn back home. And let's talk about alcohol. A San Miguel beer at the store might cost less than a bottled water. Imported whiskey, that's another story. So unless you absolutely need that bottle of single malt scotch, go local. Trust me, after a few red horses, you won't notice the difference anyway. Let's move on to banking and money transfers. This one's sneaky. Every time you pull pesos out of an ATM with your foreign card, the bank reaches into your pocket and takes out a little extra love. By love, I mean fees. Lots of them. And of course, I talked about this earlier. Instead, use online transfer services or get yourself a local bank account. Fewer fees, less stress, and you don't have to explain to your spouse why you just paid $7 to withdraw your own money. Now let's talk about ukay-ukay. That means thrift shop. If you haven't discovered ukay-ukay yet, you're missing out. Those thrift stores are everywhere, and you can find clothes, shoes, even name brands if you dig long enough. Sure, you might have to wrestle a Lola for that pair of Levi's, but hey, that's part of the adventure. Furniture and appliances. Buy them secondhand from other expats leaving the country. They're usually desperate to sell, and you'll end up with a way better deal than if you went to a store and bought new. Lastly, build relationships. Here's the secret weapon: friendships. Filipinos are some of the friendliest people on earth, and they always know the cheapest way to do things. From where to buy fish, who to rent apartments from without breaking the bank, or where you can get your shoes fixed for 50 pesos. It's all about who you know. They were born thrifty. So get out there, make friends, and learn how to handle money the same way that Filipinos do. So those are some little ways that you can stretch your money further while living here in the Philippines. Shop local, eat local, negotiate, sweat a little, and for heaven's sakes, don't blow your budget on imported cheese. The Philippines can absolutely be affordable, but only if you play the game smart. Think of it as leveling up in real life. The better you adapt, the longer your pesos will last. Thanks for watching, and if you enjoyed this video, smash that like button, subscribe for more tips, and don't forget that bell notification. Also, share this with anyone thinking of moving here to the Philippines. And remember, when in doubt, just ask yourself, would a Filipino do it this way? If the answer is yes, you're probably saving some money. Until next time, this is Mike signing off. God bless and peace out.